Hi there, folks. Welcome to Kemp Freehold. It's Mandy. Let me apologize first for the lighting. I'm in my bedroom and I only have the side light on because the baby's sleeping in her crib. Um, I wanted to make this video to talk about some preparedness ideas that we can glean from the terrible situation in the Ukraine. Um, I know I typically just stick to homesteading topics and animals and stuff, but it's really important that people know these things that they're going through and that what we can learn to avoid it ourselves. So I wrote down a few things. So if you see me looking at a paper, that's why. But the first thing is that it happened without warning. When a crisis happens, you're not going to get a memo saying, "Oh, by the way, enemy's coming up over the hill at 500 in 3 days." It doesn't work like that. They had no warning, and it just was like quick, and they had no real choice in the matter. So you're not going to know ahead of time when an emergency happens. So you need to be prepared ahead of time. My second one was keep cash at home. Um, you could keep a few days worth of expenses. I don't know, a month, 2 months, 3 months. Some people even suggest 6 months. Um, I would definitely keep at least enough to get for a couple of weeks. Get yourself a fireproof safe. Theft is a concern, but I think a greater concern is a fire. So put it in a safe spot. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. And keep cash at home because so many people can't get money out of ATMs. Not only is it because their electricity's been knocked out, but their infrastructure has been torn down. They have been victims of cyber attacks. So once you deposit your money in the bank, it's no longer money. It becomes zeros and ones. And some people have had their entire bank accounts wiped out by cyber terrorists. So they can't do anything. From this, we need to learn to at least keep some cash at home. How many of you, shoot, I do it, go and just use your card all the time and you don't even think about keeping cash on you, even when you're out and about, and that's just silly. So keep cash. Small denominations are better than hundreds. That way you can make change and things like that. Here I go. I'm gonna have to get this. Um, keep food at home. It's very common in Europe, especially to grocery shop every day or every other day. I noticed that when I was in Spain. The lady that I live with, Stefania, she would go to the bakery every day and she would grocery shop every day. She kept nothing in the house. This is a problem because now they're experiencing where they can't get out to either it's not safe to go to the shops are closed, or they don't have money because their bank accounts have been shut down. So make sure you at least have, I mean, bare minimum 2 weeks worth of food in your house. But in my opinion, of course, I'm aiming for a year eventually. But you got to keep food in your house because, like I said, you're not going to have any notice that this is going to happen. So you need to have some food in your house to feed your family and yourself. I need reading glasses. I had cataract surgery at the ripe old age of 37, so I need cataracts. I need I need my reading glasses. Um, you should have a bug out bag. A lot of people have had to evacuate. So keep your bug out bag, a bag that you're ready to go. All your important documents, keep them in that safe I was talking about. In a bag so you can grab and go. Like birth certificates, social security cards, that kind of thing. Because if you need to evacuate, you're not going to have very much time. And I like to keep foodstuffs that is in a bag ready to go. So if we have to leave our house, which, I only see that, in the event that, I don't know, I can't think of anything other than like super dire, where we would need to flee. This is like our last stand place. But if we had to, we've got stuff ready to go. Another thing that is kind of an odd sort of thing that I've learned, amateur journalists are far more useful than mainstream media, whether it be our mainstream media or other countries' mainstream media. They aren't telling the full story for whatever reasons. But if you go on YouTube, you can see the actual footage, and it's terrible carnage. I don't recommend going and looking for it unless you are very strong in the stomach, because it's awful. But the people that are there that are posting on YouTube of what's actually happening, they're a far better resource for information. And then the last thing is probably going to be kind of controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. Guns are important. All right, ability to defend yourself is important. The Ukrainian government has just granted. Anybody heard of natural rights? Anyway, granted the people the right to bear arms, and they're distributing weapons so that they can defend themselves against the invaders. Don't give yours up if you got them, and practice with them, because this is terrifying to me that they're just handing these weapons out to people that don't know how to use them. Now, of course, I could be mistaken, and maybe in the Ukraine, it's similar to many other countries where all adults have some form of training and have been in the military, have served. I know there are countries that are like that, but I don't really know that much about the Ukraine. But yeah, that's my last thing that I thought of. If you've got anything else to share uh, that you've learned or that you think I missed, or maybe I'm dead wrong on, please comment on the bottom. If this kind of stuff is of interest to you, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Why won't it stop?